Right now at 10, abortion services resume. It was the first day Planned Parenthood brought back abortion services to Wisconsin since Roe v. Wade was overturned last summer. And the Brewers are staying in Wisconsin. State legislators announced they've reached a $700 million deal with the baseball team to keep them in Milwaukee. Plus, child care expanded. Gunderson Health System has partnered with a local child care center to reserve spots for their employees.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Jeremy Wall. Ken has the night off. On Friday, police in Jackson County were called for a man armed with a knife who was fighting people in the town of Brockway. That's according to a release from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. When deputies got to the scene, the man was holding the knife and attempted to shield himself near a statue. Law enforcement officials tried to negotiate with the man to drop the knife. The statement says when it was clear the man wasn't going to peacefully comply, officers started using beanbag rounds. Officers were able to arrest the man after that. During the investigation, deputies learned the man had put items under his clothes that would thwart certain law enforcement tactics. It also turned out the man had called 911 himself to bring law enforcement to the area. Planned Parenthood resumed abortion services in Madison and Milwaukee today. It's the first time the organization has offered the service in Wisconsin since the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade back in 2022. After Roe was overturned, providers in the state operated under the assumption that Wisconsin's 1849 law that banned abortion would be enforced. But a Dane County judge recently ruled that the law didn't actually apply to consensual abortion. After that ruling, Planned Parenthood decided to start offering abortion services again this week. The group said appointments at its Milwaukee office for today were completely filled within 24 hours of announcing the services would resume. The Brewers are staying in Wisconsin for another 27 years. State legislators announced today that they've reached a $700 million stadium deal with the Brewers to keep the team in Milwaukee through at least 2050. The deal breaks down like this. $400 million will come from state funds. That money would be raised in part by income taxes on Brewers players, visiting teams, and front office staff. $200 million will come from Milwaukee County and the city of Milwaukee. The Brewers themselves will pitch in the final $100 million. Today's deal comes after months of negotiations between state officials and the Brewers to keep the team in Milwaukee. Archery and crossbow deer hunting season is underway. The Wisconsin DNR is asking hunters to help prevent the spread of chronic wasting disease by following all baiting and feeding bans. Chronic wasting disease, or CWD, is an always fatal disease that affects the nervous system of deer, elk, moose, and caribou. It is spread through saliva, urine, or feces. An easy way to help stop the spread is to refrain from baiting and feeding deer. Baiting is the intentional placement of a material to attract wild animals for hunting purposes. Baiting encourages deer to congregate in a specific area, creating an environment where infected deer can quickly spread CWD to others. Baiting and feeding bans are implemented when CWD is detected in a county to slow the spread of the disease. If you're unsure if your county is currently under a baiting or feeding ban, you can go to the Wisconsin DNR's website.
Well, a good Monday night to all of you. Temperatures today seasonably mild in the mid to upper 70s, including 78 now, the official high out at the La Crosse Airport, 76 in Eau Claire, 77 was common for Winona, Black River Falls, and Prairie du Chien, even an 81 for our friends over in Austin, Minnesota. So that's 78, 3 degrees above average. So we are even on the month in terms of 8 of the days have been below average for that high temperature. 8 have been above, including today, and then 2 right at average, including that 75 for high yesterday. Kind of a mix of sun and clouds late today with some scattered showers trying to move in from the west. Some of you saw some nice colors for the sunset, not overly great here in La Crosse, but that's okay, Mother Nature. You've got Plenty more days this week to give us a nice sunset. Now, we do have some isolated showers, even a renegade thunderstorm over southern Monroe County, also west of Eau Claire. Also watching this area to the west over western Iowa. Could see some redevelopment of some showers and thunderstorms in this area that will track east across the area later tonight. Current temperatures in the 60s, some 50s in our traditional cooler spots. About a 3, maybe 4 in 10 chance of a thundershower overnight, 59 in La Crosse. Schoolcast for tomorrow, highs in the mid-70s with that small chance of a shower early on. I'll have the rest of my 8-day forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Bill. Finding childcare just got easier for Gunderson Health System employees. Gunderson and VARC have teamed up to provide 30 childcare spots for Gunderson families at VARC's recently opened preschool childcare center. In return, Gunderson has committed to giving VARC some financial support for the next 3 years. The partnership has allowed VARC to increase pay for their childcare workers. The program only helps Gunderson families, but Gunderson's president says she hopes other community groups are inspired by the partnership.
This isn't going to solve the community issue with daycare, but it's one step in the right direction. And I think if it shows anything to other community members and community businesses, just take a step in the right direction, and it just will slowly start chipping away at that iceberg that we're all trying to work at.
Gunderson already has a child care center for their employees that serves 64 kids, but Schimmer says there's over 200 kids on the wait list to join that center. Accessing child care has become a growing issue in the state. The Center for American Progress has found that 54% of Wisconsinites live in an area where demand for child care far outpaces its availability. On Wednesday, child care legislature will hold a special session to address child care funding. Honoring our veterans, Western Technical College held a ceremony today to honor prisoners of war and those missing in action on POW MIA Recognition Day. The ceremony was held on campus at the POW MIA Memorial. That memorial is the only of its kind in Wisconsin. WTC President Roger Stanford says the memorial is important because it helps people understand what it takes to keep America safe.
So just understanding to be a citizen in our country, what it takes to get and keep our freedoms. That's why our memorial says freedom is not free.
There are over 81,000 Americans currently unaccounted for from wars dating back to World War II. Half of that number are presumed lost at sea. If you'd like to visit the POW MIA Memorial, it is located next to the Lunda Center. Hispanic Heritage Month is here. It celebrates the contributions and influence of Hispanic Americans to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States. This morning, UW La Crosse celebrated the holiday with a lecture by history professor Victor Gonzalez. The lecture focused on the influence of Latinos in Wisconsin beginning in the 1760s. Gonzalez says it's important for today's youth to understand history because it can bring a sense of belonging.
It's important for folks to know about this and many other parts of history because history helps us build our identity and helps us build our sense of belonging.
Hispanic Heritage Month runs until October 15th. La Crosse has multiple events throughout the month to celebrate. We'll have a link with more information on our website, news8000.com. Tomorrow is National Voter Registration Day. The League of Women Voters will be at the La Crosse Main Library from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow to update voter registrations. They say it's especially important to check your registration this year. If you haven't voted since the last presidential election, your record may have been deactivated. That's because of a recent Wisconsin Elections Commission maintenance process. If you have any questions, you can contact the League at the email on your screen. Still ahead, September is National Suicide Prevention Month. It's a reminder to check on those around you, as suicide has now become the second leading cause of death for young people between ages 15 and 24.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses? See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Come shop at Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. 3 showrooms with over 50,000 square feet of home and cabin furniture. Recliners and lift chairs, mattresses, dining room, sectional sofas and love seats. Our cabin furniture features made in the USA Amish rustic furniture with an up-north feel, all handcrafted with real wood. Great prices with affordable delivery, or take it home today. Family and veteran owned, over 25 years in business. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
September is National Suicide Prevention Month, a month to remember the lives lost to suicide, the millions of people who have struggled with thoughts of suicide, and to acknowledge those who've been impacted. It's also a time to raise awareness about prevention. CBS's Danya Backus spoke to one man who wants his story to bring hope to others.
Alex Glogovac isn't afraid to admit he's had some dark times. The 24-year-old even contemplated suicide.
Suicidal thoughts for me didn't really come till I was about 17, kind of late high school. Ever since then, I'm almost 25 now. I've kind of had them off and on.
Suicide is now the second leading cause of death among young people aged 15 to 24. Last year, more than 49,000 people took their own lives. That's more than any other year on record.
We're seeing an uptick now in suicide, the rates of suicide with our youth. Now, what is the direct link and correlation? I don't know what that is. And I don't know if we really will ever have an answer for that because there's so many factors.
Justina Larson is a licensed therapist and executive director of outpatient services at Newport Academy, an adolescent mental health facility. She says there are behavior changes parents can look out for.
Lack of concentration, decrease in performance at school, again, the isolation, withdrawing from friends. Watch their eating, sleeping habits, looking at their social media presence and that footprint. Social media is a huge piece.
If there is concern, Larson says talk about it.
It can start as a simple conversation of, hey, I noticed some things have changed in you. Can we talk about what you're feeling and thinking? What's going on?
Alex credits his family support system and the treatment he received at Newport Academy for helping him cope with suicidal thoughts.
The main thing is that you're not alone. Things may seem bleak right now, but it's going to get better.
He's sharing his story to give hope to others. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Alex is working to start an organization to advocate for mental health and mental illness. Still ahead, new art exhibits you'll want to see. 2 new art series are making a splash in Winona.
And I'm meteorologist Bill Grahl, tracking a few kind of widely scattered showers and thunderstorms tonight. I'll have the details on what to expect with my 8-day forecast after the break.
At Stanton Optical, you can stop waiting forever for an appointment. Same-day eye exams and walk-ins are always available. I wish other things would happen as fast. Get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
Lots of selection and big savings this month at Chrysler Winona. A new Jeep Gladiator is up to $15,000 off MSRP. The ultimate can-do vehicle that is made for work and play, with comforts like heated leather seats, heated steering wheel, remote start, and Apple CarPlay paired with a legendary Jeep 4-wheel drive. You can have it all.
Oh, and the top comes off. So stop by to see them during Jeep Adventure Days at Chrysler Winona, downtown Winona, or at ChryslerWinona.com.
It's looking a little spooky out there.
You keep me in stitches.
Spooktacular savings await at Menards with 11% off all Halloween decor.
Save
Big money at Menards.
It's the Bobby Bones Show. Wake up to friends every single morning. Amy is honest.
You train like you're a professional athlete.
You never know when I'm going to get the call into the big leagues.
Yeah, but how old are you?
Bobby and I are such good friends that if I need to check him, I'm not scared to do it.
Garth Brooks, #1.
I disagree. It's George Strait.
It's just a lot of fun every single morning.
Yes, we have amazing chemistry together.
I agree with that 100%. Come hang with us.
Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kicks 106.3.
Start your adventure and get in a new Jeep at Pischke Motors La Crosse or Pischke Motors West Salem.
Stop in now during the Jeep Adventure Day sales event. You'll save over 10% off MSRP on a 2023 Jeep Renegade, a 2023 Jeep Compass, or a 2023 Jeep Gladiator. These Jeeps are ready for your next adventure. Pure comfort and functionality at your fingertips with the power and confidence you know Jeep provides. Stop in now because this offer ends October 2nd.
Start your search at Pischke.com and drive away in your new Jeep.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
The Board Store, the best products, best prices, and best people for all home improvements. Contact us today for a prompt free estimate.
The Winona Arts Center is displaying the creative works of its members. For the first time since COVID, visitors can see artwork done by them. Projects include fiber art, pottery, and unique invention. The artwork is new and has never been exhibited at the gallery or anywhere else in Winona. The exhibit closed because of construction and the pandemic. Now visitors can enjoy over 40 pieces of art on display. Artist Fran Goodwin says why it's so meaningful.
It shows us how much talent there is in a variety of media and how versatile our membership is as far as art goes.
The members' artwork will be on display until November 15th. Members can make them for sale or not for sale. Museum goers at a Minnesota Art Museum will notice some new exhibits. This weekend, the Minnesota Marine Art Museum opened 3 new exhibits. Each one is under the theme of the Big Catch. The paintings were created by Dwight Wang, Christina Brevik, and Kimball A. Bromley. One of the exhibits is focused on raising awareness for climate change. Others are focusing on whaling and emotions from Moby Dick. Director of Communications Caitlin Crouchett says how the art pieces are creative.
It's a really interesting way to see creatures up close that you would never get to see in real life because they are lifelike prints of the actual creatures. So you get to see expressiveness and fish and squid and octopus in a way that you'd never get to see that close up.
Just like the other exhibitions at the museum, the Big Catch shows how water impacts marine life, animals, and plants. All right, let's send it over to Bill with another check of the forecast. Bill.
All right, let's start with the allergy report first of all for tomorrow and for Wednesday. High symptoms across the board for weeds, ragweed, and mold spores. But Allergy Associates does tell me that this will likely be the last week of high symptoms due to weed pollen. We've got mainly cloudy skies over downtown La Crosse. 78 was the official high for today, 48 the low. So slightly above that average high of 75, but we started cooler than the average low of 53. It continues to be dry. We are approaching 2 inches below average for the month, although some of you did see some decent showers on Saturday, but only 0.15 inches out at the La Crosse Airport. The south side of the city saw a pretty good downpour, approaching 6.75 inches below average for the year. 67, mostly cloudy at the airport. 66 downtown at the station. The Mississippi dropping a bit, 4.98 feet. Mostly cloudy for you folks in Eau Claire, 65 degrees with a southeasterly breeze at about 11 miles per hour. So most spots in the 60s. The exception are traditional cooler spots to the north and east in the mid to upper 50s. Southeasterly winds at 5 to 10, even 15 miles per hour. And radar showing a few widely scattered showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder over southern Monroe County. Kind of a long little boundary that stretches up between between the Twin Cities and Eau Claire. I'm also watching another little batch of showers and storms over northwestern Iowa. And this area, we could see a few more showers and thunderstorms develop overnight, but it's a slight chance as a little disturbance and boundary tracks east-southeast across the region. So Sky Tracker shows those isolated showers at this time, and then overnight, again, there's the chance for a little batch of showers and storms, primarily south of Interstate 90 and into early tomorrow morning, before it drops to the south and east and out of the area. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to start tomorrow. Maybe some partial clearing, though, by mid to late afternoon. And then partly cloudy tomorrow night. Some areas of fog, a pretty good bet early Wednesday morning. And then dry for our Wednesday and warmer, thanks in part to a southerly wind. Highs tomorrow in the lower to middle 70s for most. In fact, most spots between about 70 and 78 degrees. Again, that small chance for a shower early on far south, but most of us will stay dry for the bulk of our Tuesday. So for tonight, mostly cloudy. That chance for a few hit-and-miss showers and thunderstorms. Best chances south, 59 for the low in La Crosse. Chance of a shower early to the south. Otherwise, mostly to partly cloudy tomorrow, 76 for the high. Warmer Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Highs in the lower to middle 80s. Slight chance of an afternoon thunder shower on Friday. A little bit better chance of rain Friday night into Saturdays. We welcome in astronomical fall. Slight chance of lingering showers on Sunday, and a bit cooler Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with some low-end rain chances. Highs in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So even though it's the latter half of September, still some warm temperatures in the 80s expected for, well, at least 3 days this week. Jeremy?
All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up in sports, the Brewers and Twins both looking for wins on the road tonight. Plus, the La Crescent boys soccer team was in action. Lancers looking for a win on their home field. Rob's got the highlights next.
We've done many, many renovations. We bought an old house and have made it into an up-to-date house. Whenever anything involves plumbing, the first call I make is to Maxwell White. Their technicians put together a great final product.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 68th anniversary, and we're celebrating in a big way with exciting new and innovative products throughout the store at unbeatable anniversary prices. Like $5 off new Squishmallows pet beds, 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, just $22.99 after sale and rebate. Plus, get $100 in bundle savings on this 3rd generation Milwaukee fuel combo kit when you buy a qualifying accessory. Come celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 68th anniversary sale going on now.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown raspberries, squash, crowd cabbage, popcorn, and large selection of apples. Hardy Mums are now in bloom and available at Jolivet's. Find distinctive crafts and decor, Wisconsin wines, take home some apple crisp, apple pies, caramel apples, and apple cider donuts from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Whether it's a bathroom remodel or comprehensive plumbing services, we at Maxwell White strive to keep our neighbors safe and comfortable in their homes, offering honest, upfront pricing on every service, all backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call Maxwell White today.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
It's going to be a busy week for high school sports. It all culminates on Friday with a few crucial conference clashes on the gridiron, but tonight the soccer field taking center stage. Let's go to La Crescent. Lancers at home looking for a win against Rochester Lords. Pick it up first half. Eagles on the move. Check out the diving stop by Lancers goalie Cooper Johnson. He was busy all night. Then it's Isaac Lehman looking for the lead, but his shot goes just a bit wide. Lancers almost break through. Other end, Rochester trying to sneak one through. Again, Johnson doing everything he can to keep the Eagles off the board. But La Crescent just cannot capitalize. Again, Lehman, this time he's denied at the net. Great save by the Eagles goalie. And Rochester finally gets one to go here. Off the corner kick, it's Eduardo Pena finding the twine. Then later in the half, check out this pass right on the money to Aiden Kane, who finds the back of the net. Eagles go up a pair. Second half now, PK for Rochester, and Jack Broadbent connects. Rochester Lords takes a 3-goal lead. Lancers fall at home by a final of 5-1. Shifting gears over to the high school football field, we're just 4 days away from week 6 of the Wisconsin high school football season, and this is a night we've had circled on our calendars for months now. One of the biggest rivalries in our area. Cashton, Bangor, always special when these two rivals go head-to-head, especially when both programs are playing lights-out football. Cardinals and Eagles both come into this one undefeated, so conference title implications could very well be at stake on Friday in Bangor. Now, this one just could be just as special in the Cooley Conference. The Blue Goals reigning back-to-back state champs, but so far Westby looks like the best team in the conference. Norsemen will get a chance to prove it on Friday. The MVC, Central's at home hosting Toma, and in the Dairyland Conference, Pep and Alma will look to stay undefeated as the Eagles take on Blair Taylor. Brewers beginning a 4-game set in St. Louis. In the second, Freddie Peralta getting some help from his center fielder, Sal Frelick, going all out, makes an incredible catch before crashing into the wall. That keeps the Cards off the board, but Wilson Contreras changes that with one swing of the bat. Line drive solo shot in the fourth puts St. Louis on top. That was more than enough for Adam Wainwright. He joins some elite company, Wainwright becoming just the 3rd Cardinal in franchise history to win 200 games. He's also just the 5th active player to reach that milestone. Special night for Waino. Brewers get shut out in St. Louis, 1-0. Twins in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. Minnesota down a pair in the 4th, but Royce Lewis cuts that in half. He crushes one to center. That ball's gone for a solo blast. Makes it 2-1 Reds, but Cincinnati adds a couple in the bottom of the inning. Will Benson gets all this one high and deep to right center. 2-run shot gives the Reds a 4-1 lead. Twins battling back to win the 7th. Alex Kirilloff flips one the other way. That ball is going to carry out. Kirilloff's 9th of the year cuts the deficit back to 2, but bottom 7, Reds get that run right back. Spencer Steer stings one back up the box for a base hit. Jonathan India comes in to score to make it 5-2. And then Joey Votto adds some insurance. He scorches this one into right field. 2 runs are going to score on this one. Votto extends Cincinnati's lead to 5. Twins fall in the series opener 7-3. Going back to Sunday in Atlanta, it was all flowing for the green and gold. Jordan Love finding rookie Jaden Reed for his 2nd TD of the afternoon. That put Green Bay up 24-12 late 3rd quarter, but final frame all Falcons. Desmond Ridder, QB keeper, he takes it in for the 6-yard score. Atlanta right back in this one, and then with a minute to go, Falcons looking for the lead, and there it goes. Packers give up 13 unanswered in the 4th as Green Bay falls to 1-1 on the season.
Me looking back just off memory, not even watching the tape, I know there's a couple opportunities I personally wish I had back, for sure. So, I think being in as close as we were right there, I think, we can all learn from this.
Sometimes this is how the game goes, and, in the NFL, and, you just got to learn how to bounce back. Don't let it affect you until the next week. So we got to, watch it, be critical with the film, and then, correct it and come back harder next week.
Packers will get that chance in front of their home fans for the first time this season as Green Bay gets set for its home opener Sunday at noon against the Saints. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are fresh Hy-Vee chicken breast, just $1.88 a pound. Jack's Pizza, just $2.77. And Hy-Vee chili style or kidney beans, 2 for just 98 cents. Only at Hy-Vee.
Air conditioning stopped working? Tired of finding ways to stay cool? Don't sweat it. Give G&T Heating and Air Conditioning a call. They'll have you feeling cool as a cucumber without having to resort to, well, alternative methods.
Call G&T.
For the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 3.9% financing for 60 months, plus up to $3,500 in total savings. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we always want to give you more variety. That's why we developed Buffet Your Way. Order your favorite pizza for the buffet and we'll bake it and make sure you get the first slice. Like thin crust prairie, pepperoni and green olives on stuffed crust, stampede, buffalo chicken with jalapenos. You name it, we make it. Oh, Carl, I wasn't actually ordering. No, Carl, don't be like that. Come back, we'll eat them.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Keep them coming, Carl.
Come and get your very best price on kitchen or bath remodel during the Fall Home Show only at the Board Store. Always your home for high quality at lower prices. We bring you superior products installed by our exceptional team of carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. Visit or call during our Fall Home Show for added savings on a new tub or shower or a complete kitchen or bath remodel. Visit us, call us, connect online for the best bath or kitchen remodel at the lowest price. The Fall Home Show only at the Board Store Home Improvement. Don't miss it.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are 6-pack Pepsi products, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Cheez-It crackers, just $2.48. And Colorado peaches, just $1.88 a pound. Only at Hy-Vee.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The painting from the very first episode of Bob Ross's The Joy of Painting has been listed for sale for nearly $10 million. A Minnesota-based gallery is selling the original oil painting titled A Walk in the Woods. It bears Ross's signature in the bottom left corner. It was painted live on air in January 1983, and the painting's current owner says it's one of Ross's most important pieces.
This painting right here is the most important painting. You could call it the rookie card of Bob Ross. This is the painting painted on season 1, episode 1.
Nelson says he bought the painting earlier this year from a PBS volunteer who was there during the filming. She bought it at the station fundraising auction just months after it was painted. After that first episode, the show went on for another 400+ episodes and into the cultural zeitgeist. Nelson says even though he listed it for sale, he's in no rush to part with it. He said he'd like to share it with a museum or traveling exhibit. We'll have another look at your forecast right after this.
Experienced sales consultants are good listeners who sell people what they need, not what's on sale. They're easy to work with and value a trusting relationship. We know team members with these life skills earn lifelong customers. Doll Auto, simple.
Never been invited to a Southern fish fry? That's okay. Get Arby's $5 Hush Puppy breaded fish basket and fries. Because Arby's would never not invite you to Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Come shop at Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. 3 showrooms with over 50,000 square feet of home and cabin furniture. Recliners and lift chairs, mattresses, dining room, sectional sofas and love seats. Our cabin furniture features made in the USA Amish rustic furniture with an up-north feel, all handcrafted with real wood. Great prices with affordable delivery or take it home today. Family and veteran owned, over 25 years in business. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
In 3 different areas of showers and thunderstorms, 2 down across Iowa, some showers north and east of La Crosse. Kind of watching this area for some additional storms to develop overnight after midnight. So that slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, best chances south, lows in the 50s for most, including 59 in La Crosse, 76 tomorrow, and then warmer Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, highs in the lower to middle 80s.
All right, thanks, Bill, and thank you so much for watching this edition of News 8 Now. We hope to see you again tomorrow. Good night, everyone.